What's good? Supreme Almighty back in the building. Yo, we got the homie Elder Sensei back on the show. You know what I'm saying? Artifact shit. Yo, shout out to the sponsors. You know what I mean? Snow Goons, Creative Juices Music, Elite Sound International, Blazing My Radio, Smile at the Ghetto Child. You know what I mean? Vinyl Frontier. You know what I'm saying? Usual suspects and shit. Peace to everybody. Shit. Yo.
What up?
What's good, brother?
Yeah, man. I had to wipe my little screen off real quick.
No doubt. Yo, it's good to see you again, brother. It's been a minute. You know what I mean?
Indeed. I'm going to turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt. So how you been, bro?
I've been good, man. Just staying busy. Keeping this album out there, making sure people know it's out. All the vinyl that I have pretty much is gone. So thank you to everybody who had purchased the yellow copies. I have more, so that went immediately. They was in my house, and a week later they was gone. Still got a couple of the black vinyl left. So if y'all want to hit me up and get a copy of that, y'all can definitely, get at me on here, because a lot of people don't realize that I sell most of my merch on Instagram. I have a merch page, but everybody still come here.
Yeah, I noticed that shit too, though, man. I mean, actually, that's kind of good though too. You get to interact with people more through your regular page.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I mean, and plus, when I had that page up like that, and had the buttons where you can actually, purchase, and it was just too crazy. I had too many people hit me up for certain stuff I didn't have, so I just wanted to make it a little bit simpler, where even when you go on the site right now, on the page, you won't be able to buy willy-nilly, go crazy. You have to email me and ask me if I have it, because there was a lot of pressure. People see all that stuff on there and they think, it's not a factory. I have no factory. I got my man, Knockout Tees. Bobby is out there doing all of those shirts by himself or with his people. And it's not a factory that's making all this stuff. It's just me and this guy. I pay him, to print everything up and give him the ideas. And my man been rocking with me for the last few years. And, that's a good thing for me, because earlier when I was doing it, I was working with this other cat and he wasn't so on point with it. And I told Bobby, I said, look, I got a machine going. If you tell me you could be dedicated to it, which he was from the gate. I haven't had any issues with him. I've turned him on to a lot of other people who do merch just like me. So, it's a mutual agreement, and that turned into a good friendship. And still, the business turns over for him. So, if it ain't broke, keep it going.
Facts. That's what's up, though, man. I mean, yeah, because I try to cop off you as much as I can, man. Cause you got so much shit, bro. It's kind of hard to keep up. I ain't gonna front though, cause I know you be posting like a bunch of sound during the day and shit. I'll be like, yo, that's some fly ass shit, and I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying?
I've done a lot of stuff over the years. From the windbreakers to, a lot of, I had to start off slow. Now we got the embroidery now. Just trying to come up with different ideas to keep the ideas fresh. And I don't really, for what I want to make, that takes, I got to do a couple of tours, do some shows, a little bit more to get that kind of stuff I want. But it's just about the ideas. I'm about to work with a few people that own their own business, as far as like, making merch, and they're, entrepreneurs as well. So I'm really about to start doing stuff like that, and just get into the bags more. The weather about to change, so I'm trying to transition into the spring. Like you see all the commercials. Even Old Navy got a commercial for when the jeans come back and the t-shirt. So I got to do the same thing with my merch too. So it's really just about, like I said, about getting everybody a chance to have some of the merch, even with some of the older stuff I've done, different styles of snapbacks, and whether it's the camo with the orange letters, or I had the black hat with the camo bill, with orange letters. So it's just trying to make stuff different and at least and very affordable, for everybody to cop. If you go on, you see a lot of that merch be a lot of money, bro. Some people's stuff be like $80 for a t-shirt, $60. I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
Yo, word. Yeah, man, I gotta say, yo, like, your shit is some, you know what I mean? You normally would think, like, yo, the low cost, you ain't getting, like, good shit. You know what I'm saying? But I personally have bought from you quality shit. So it's like, that's why it's like, I try to push your shit. I try to put your shit on the story and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go grab my artifact shirt right quick. You know what I mean? Show people what the fucking deal is. But yeah, like, it's all authentic shit, man. And for the price, you can't really go wrong. So it's like, I just recommend people to buy more shit off you, man. Even if it's not the vinyls, the markers, you know what I mean? The trains.
Right.
And that's the gear, man.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing with me doing, these, like the gym bags that's coming out now, and the messenger bags, getting into stuff like that, because, even that's just a whole another part of the package, and there's a lot of people I know that, collect a lot of it. My man, Chris, boy PJ out in Cali, he's another one that got a lot of stuff, just like doing the trains. My man Roz, out in Vegas, me and him talked a couple of years ago, and he was just like, we was just trying to figure out things we can do. And he's like, yo, if you can make those trains, and then Def Projects, stepped to him, and he was able to make the train exactly how I wanted it, and that worked out really well. Shout out to the National Hip Hop Museum. They put out the new train that's double-sided, and there's a tribute train to Tame, and we both did the artwork on the train. So, we just, again, it's about really getting quality merch out to people who are listeners, who are fans, and it's about having a piece of me and Tame. If not just the music, it's also about having the merch for it.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, the trains are fly, man. Like, I love the trains and shit too, man. I was thinking to copy that shit too. I wanted to cop the vinyl first though, man, cause like the vinyl, the album's amazing, bro. Like,
amazing.
I definitely want to talk about that a little bit too. But yeah, that shit. I mean, cause it's funny, cause we talked about this maybe a couple months ago on the last show we did shit, and we were discussing the album and how we was waiting for it to come out and shit, and then it dropped, and I was like, yo, this shit's crazy. Like, I was loving how it sounded and shit. So I'm glad we got the opportunity to talk about it.
Right now, and that was when, Tame, he felt the same way. Like I said, the last time he came to my house, he was just, as soon as he came in the door, he was like, yo, play the record, Joe. And it wasn't even, I didn't have the record in my hand. CDs wasn't done. I just played it out of my phone. So it's unfortunate that he didn't get to see that part of it. But he heard it, he loved it, and he saw the whole packaging and everything like that, but he just didn't get to see it physically in his hand and in his face. So, this record, though bittersweet, is a blessing, man, because we actually got it out, with all the shit that went on with this record. Smoke On Records, salute to them. There's still people who haven't gotten their record yet in the mail. I wish I could tell you a little bit more. I'm looking for dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope, he alright. But, I know he's busy. But I'm glad he got me the package of records that he did get me, so I can get them out to y'all and everybody that purchased. So, there's a lot of other things that's going to happen with the record. Shout out to my man Theory Has It. He's on IG. If y'all follow Theory Has It, y'all know my man got the ill beats. So, shout out to him. He got a remix that he did for The Way I Feel. I'm not going to play it for y'all. I'm not letting. I just said a lot even saying that, because a lot of people don't know what's going on with the record except for the fact that it's out. If y'all don't have the record physically, you can hit it up on Spotify, Amazon. Every digital site has the record. You can purchase it right now. And it's gonna be a couple of other remixes that's gonna come. We leave it up to me, the whole album getting remixed. You know what I'm saying? So don't even worry about that. There's gonna be some 7-inch action going on. You're gonna see, more color vinyl. You're gonna see these remixes are gonna be crazy. I'm not even gonna tell y'all. I'm not even gonna tell y'all who on them, who's gonna be on them. But it's gonna be crazy. But I will tell y'all the first record remix y'all gonna hear is from the producer Theory Has It. Shout out my man Kelsey. He's gonna be working with me on some joints. My man Mint Plus. I'm just trying to get everything together. 2 more videos gonna get shot for this album. We're gonna get very creative. I'm gonna get a bunch of videos that we've shot, extra footage that we've shot with a couple of other directors, but we're definitely doing 2 more videos for this album. So we about to put I'm putting the tour together right now with my man DJ Mr. Lynn from Company Flow. For everybody that don't know, Mr. Lynn has been a part of Artifact's history for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. I've known Lynn since we both been like 16. Lynn is in my age group, so we both have long history. But Lynn on stage, even when he did the tour with me and Tame, Lynn is just another extension of Chaos, because him and Chaos was boys. You know what I'm saying? So like, me having Lynn there is like having that spirit, as far as even when we did the tribute tour for Chaos. Now we're doing one for both of them. So far, we're going to be in London, Jazz Cafe, and this is all in support of this album. That's still really a baby out there. It's crawling, but everybody got it, but it's crawling. So, we're doing the tour. We're doing this tour in Europe for this. Yes, we're going to do an American tour for the album too. But this Europe tour, we're going to do 2 tribute sets within, my stuff that I'm going to do solo, and Artifact's first album, second album. Yes, I'm going to do joints from this new album. And, I want everybody to know, who's ever watching me right now that's in Europe, that's going to come to these shows, it's going to be just like Tame and Chaos is right there, the way we're going to do it. So y'all still going to hear Tame verses. All I ask y'all to do, people in the crowd, y'all just follow along. If y'all know Tame verses like that, if you've been to an Artifact show, you're going to be doing some exercise and performing too. So y'all going to be rocking Tame verses while me and Lynn doing what we doing, because we actually going to play the record, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be something that is going to be, like I said, for me, almost like Tame is standing there. Because it's just that now it's going to be more of a party when it comes to his parts, where I'm still his hype man. I'm going to treat it like, even though the record is playing, it still has to be like he's there. So we're going to do an Artist Digging tribute for DJ Chaos. So Lynn, normally when Chaos did shows with us, he would play the original records, of course, and then go into the record that they sampled. And it's going to be the same way with Lynn. We're going to take a part out of the performing and play records and do the Art of Digging set for Chaos. And, it's going to be a nice hour show, but this is going to be a show where a lot of people right now that may be asking or curious, like, how's he going to do this? Like, how he going to do this now? A lot of people got to know over the years, even when me and Tame wasn't together, even when me and Tame got back together, and I would be on my own, whether if he was on his own doing the show or if I was doing the show on my own, I'm still doing Artifact songs every show. It's just that now the only thing that's different for it now is that I know that they're not here for real. So now it's up to me to show people that, for myself, I have to treat this in a way where I feel good about it. Going on stage knowing that spiritually they're there, but physically it's So these are the questions that people have been asking me, how I'm gonna pull this off. It's gonna be pulled off. It's gonna be good. People gonna be happy. You know, I'm trying to get everybody to understand this is not a time period to be sad. You know, it's time for celebration. You know, for people that know Tame or maybe know Chaos, you know, these dudes didn't show so much emotion when it came to putting it out there. But when it came to doing this music, when it came to doing these shows, when it came to performing, came to people knowing, you know, who we were, Tame and Chaos, you know, and trusted me in putting the word out there, you know, whether I was the one that taught the most or was the mouthpiece of the group, they knew that when we all went out there, we was all out there for the same purpose, and that was get busy, show people what we was made of, let people know that even with this new record, nothing had changed. You know, I hope when people listen to this new record, they don't feel like we were too far away from That's Them, as far as the second album. And, you know, this 2022, and people heard us in this time and this era, you know, so it was dope where they heard us in 94, heard us in 96. Here we are, 20 plus years removed from all that, and we sound like this today on that record with Buck Wild doing beats. So even talking about that on every interview before the record came out, people was like, yo, I wonder how this gonna sound. It's not 94, it's not 97, 2023, 22 at the time. So I would hope that when people heard the record, they didn't feel like we lost a step. You know, it just, I would hope to think that people thought we got a little better, if not a little bit more advanced, but just still not too far away from the second one.
I mean, excuse me. I feel like I'm listening to that album, man. I feel like not a lot changed, and it's not to say it that way either, because you guys did events as artists. You know what I'm saying? But the energy, the feeling is all still there. Like ain't nothing. It's almost like y'all been doing records year after year after year after year. It's like there was no pause button in between any of that.
And it really, honestly, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about when from 96 to 97, and we went on tour after that, and getting back together in 2008, you know, we was back on stage doing that part. You know, shout out to my man Foul Mouth Jerk. You know, he was the first one pretty much to get us back in the studio together. Me and Tame recorded, there's a song called Back Up on the Scene. You go to YouTube and you put that in. And we shot a video for it. We all suited up, tuxedos, everything. But that was a song we did. We recorded it in Brooklyn. Foul Mouth didn't even know if we would probably show up to the studio, because he just knew we was, you know, he didn't know if we was talking. He didn't know anything. So, you know, we did that with him. But then, you know, he said, "Oh shit, me, y'all sound like fucking even more than what." So he was happy. He got us on a song at a time period where nobody knew we could do that. And then once we got back together, we went on the road. And like I said, we always was doing music. You know, I've had, you know, like deals I've had with Coal Mine Records, whether if it was Redef Records, you know, I did songs with him, with me and K-Def, Left in My Dust. We've done records with, Atlanta had a festival called, oh my God, why is it? It's A3C. We did two mixtapes for A3C. There's a song called A Big Deal. Go on YouTube right now, y'all, if you want to check this out. It's called A Big Deal. It's produced by my man Illustrate out in Atlanta, and it's crazy. We did another one. I just posted them on my Facebook page. We did another one. My man King Out Divine, producer, he gave us a crazy beat for that. Look that up. That's on YouTube, King Out Divine. Just put in King Out Divine, Elders and Artifacts, and you'll see this song. It's called Turn It Out. And even getting to if we release records with F5 Records, my man DJ Crucial, he's put out a lot of the 7 inches through the years, but Crucial became not just a facilitator of putting these records out. He produced a couple of the records, the last ones we put out. record called Jersey Endurance. DJ Crucial, F5 Records on IG right here. You see he pressed up records with us, did a wrong side 12-inch, did a Flexible with the Tech 12-inch. We about to work on another one, but you know, he did records with me, a Signature Funk, you know, but I've always included Tame in with my hustle, you know, especially in you know, us getting right back in the seat of doing these songs. We didn't have no major deal no more. It wasn't no more Atlantic, but it was what we had. So what I had was Coal Mine. What I had was a Redef. What I had was what was in front of us, which was good. Man, we've done more music like in this era than we did even on Atlantic. We've done more shows independently than when we was on a major. So, you know, I always told Tame, like, in order for us to do the things we really, really want to do, we got to make a new record. But we was eating off 2 albums for years, and but what became something dope was that we was able to do these shows, and Tame would be able to do his solo records, and I could do my solo records, and we mashed them all up with all the artifact stuff. So the shows became longer, the shows became better, because now, you know, with me and Tame splitting up, that time period was his fans here, my fans here, but we gained new fans. Some of Tame's fans became mine. My fans became, as far as what we did.
So the entirety, yeah, you know what I mean, combined.
So now, but when you look at people crates now, you see all this early artifact stuff, but then there's a crate for Tame with all the records he did over the years. There's a crate with myself with all the records I've done over the years, and whether it be with Dell, whether it be with me with Sadat, we was able to do so much more after the breakup, and I don't think a lot of people really think about that a lot.
I mean, yeah, cause I mean, honestly, man, you was a solo artist. You dope as fuck, man. I mean,
thank you.
I mean, that's just keeping it a buck. It's not dick riding, and it's more so my personal flavor. Cause like I'm a '90s head, so you know what I mean. Anything from the '90s to above, I critique it a certain way. But if anything, I like how your flow developed from back then to now. I will say that much, but it's not a huge difference. It's just more so, it's just something in there. I can't even call it there, but I can't call it. But
I think it's just the fact that I had to listen to myself, and you know, going solo was, you know, the big part about that was I knew I had to write more. You know, it wasn't about, you know, me passing the mic to Tame no more. So it was about, okay, first of all, do anybody even want to hear what the hell I got to say by myself? Is what I thought at first. And then I said, well, I need to get beats. And exactly, like Jason said, you know, it became my man P Original. He was the first person in front of me who was able to say, like, yo, I got some heat. And Pete at the time was maybe like 17. The dude's in high school, about to graduate. I'm going out to Edison, New Jersey, you know, Piscataway, and chilling with him, and you know, being parling way out, you know, on the Parkway. So when I saw what he was doing, I heard his music, his beats. I was like, oh wow, it was really like, you know, something that I needed. You know, I told Pete many times at the time that I met my man P Original was around me and Tame when all this breakup shit was happening. You know, him and his man Gio. So they was around this, you know, me and Tame was still talking, but we was like right after we got off from the label. So when Pete saw all this stuff happening, and it was weird because like Pete went with me and Gio went with Tame. So I knew that Gio and Pete was like friends from the neighborhood in school and making beats. And they made beats together and they went record shopping together, everything. But it turned into that. And what Pete did with me was a song called Keep It Live, songs called Under Pressure, Brainwash. These songs I did with him Even my first solo single, with me and Sean J on the A side for Frontline, and I got to the B side, and I told Pete, I said, you played the beat for me that I think is really crazy. Maybe add some stuff to it, and I put a hook on it, and the song became All Rise, and it was the B side for Frontline. And from that point on, me and Pete just stuck together. This guy would pick me up, after he get out of, I would say like school, or maybe, because I won't say he wasn't working, because he had a job, but he would come get me. I would go to his crib, and mind you, his mom saw me coming in the house a couple of times. I could tell by the look on her face, like, yo, something like my late 20s, and she see me coming in there, and she's like, who is this older dude coming in here with my son? Listen, we in the house making beats and recording, but like, we take a break, go outside of his little area, grass area right there. We tossing the football, we tossing the baseball, mitt, everything. So I'm having to remember and saying to myself, like, this guy's younger than me, but in his hip hop spirit, he was my age, from musically what he was doing. So once me and Pete got into doing songs, and he got to go with me and Chaos to Japan in '99. This is like right after me and him started working. So I told him a few times, like, Pete, you kind of saved me in a way where I was at a crossroads with me and Tame, where we didn't know what we was gonna do. We had no plan. It was just, we off the label. And even though me and Tame had did a European tour, for me personally, and rest in peace, my man P Original, he passed away a couple of years ago, right before Christmas. And when I think about that a lot, I think about, we did a lot of music, a lot of stuff about to come out that we did together, but like that time period for me and what he gave me was something that I needed, like, terribly, like, after that breakup with me and Tame. So once the record started coming out, we went to Japan. He made beats for dudes out there. Shout out to my man DJ Yaz, good friend of mine in Japan. He's out there right now in Shibuya. He got Pete to do a song with his people, and I said, Pete, look, this is what it's about, and it wasn't just about you making beats for me no more. It's about you now becoming a producer and have worked with me. Even if he was my friend, I gave him his name, everything. It was just something that happened, like how it happened for a lot of my people my age when you first get into hip hop. But Pete didn't have a producer name. He was just Pete. I like Pete, P-O-R, P Original. He's like, oh yeah, let's keep that. So I don't know, it just came out and we kept it. But Pete, he was just cool, jazzy dude. He had beats for me that, like I said, I felt was made for me at the time. And even in the time frame that I knew him, it was a reason why he was with me.
I mean, that's a beautiful thing too, man. The fact that, you was able to come back from that, because I mean, you got so much raw talent, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes groups, they do kind of split apart. Sometimes there is the weaker, sometimes there isn't. You know what I mean? Like someone that can't hold themselves up without the other teammates. But both of y'all split it apart, solos, were just as strong as when you were with the group. So it's dope to me. First off, it's dope for me that you're keeping the energy alive for those that did pass away. I mean, R.I.P. Tame and shit. So I do be watching the clips though, with you performing and shit. It's almost like he's right there with you, because you never stop, man. Your energy is just so, it's like you have to have, it's almost like there's two of you. When people watch, you know what I'm saying? When people watch you perform, bro, it's like there's two of you side by side. So Team would have to be on that stage every time you light it up, man, because I see the energy. Everybody sees the energy. So it's not like, and then for those that, might have misinterpreted the fact that you guys broke up and automatically assuming you weren't going to be able to hold your own and they didn't know what was next to you. I mean, that was kind of silly, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, you guys are such a huge group that, you know what I mean, people automatically, you know what I'm saying, social media, you know, all that shit. Everybody go with the with the word of mouth or whatever the case. But yeah, you got your style is like,
yeah, you hear a lot of anybody that's ever been in a group. You're gonna hear all of this. You know, even with people that we love as groups that we listen to, whether if it was EPMD, Smith and Wesson, Helter Skelter, is like I always feel that the reason why you become a group is because you feel that the energy you have for each other is undeniable. So the music is gonna come out that way. I never felt me and Tame were above or under. We always was. This is me and Tame. Me and Tame is yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the real opposites attract. You know, where you had two different people, two different, and hip hop brotherhood. Me and Tame was the same. We grew up the same. Whether if he was more of a graffiti artist than me, I was a b-boy. But musically, we came together like this. But lyrically, me and Tame we like this. But because we know how to work it, we was able to bottle it up in a way where it's like, okay, structure wise, when we was together, it went like this. When we split up, you can tell what not say what we brought to the group, but you can see that I brought this part to the group and Tame brought this part to the group. Tame is a metaphorical, I mean, like, punchlines crazy. When you talk about anything where you can say, like, I'm like this, like that, Tame was the beast at that. But where more me was the technician, more the technical part, more the part of where I'm going to take it here, flow-wise, this and that, and then still get better over the years. That's what Tame did for me. He gave me something where I had to feel like from the first album to the second album, I had to spice it up, you know, and for when he even listened to it when we was in the studio, he was looking at me like, you know, even in getting back together, even after the breakup, he's like, yo, who is this guy? We doing shows. He's like, yo, 2012, we on tour in Europe. He's like, yo, like, was it like this when you was by yourself? I was like, Tame, we're here together. I was doing stuff. Even for me and you being right here tonight, with all these people here, I've had shows like this by myself, mostly in Europe, and where we was at in Dusseldorf was the same way. So I always told him, I was like, you know, all the people that know us, all our friends say the same thing. Y'all niggas is dope by yourself, but together, y'all great together. Like, so, you know, when we split, we was able to take some of that with each other and make the music we was making. When you listen to it, whether Tame solo stuff, whether me by myself, whether me and Sadat, you hear these artifact elements in all that music. Some say me and Tame had a sound, but that was given to us by Sean J. Period, by T. Ray, by Vic, VIC, by Buck Wild, by Redman. The torch has been passed in such a way where me and Tame had to keep making records and be able to compete. Even to be on stage to do all these shows we've been doing all these years, we had to still make records. And make records that wouldn't say, people were saying, oh, y'all sound like back in the day. But because people liked how back in the day sounds, if we would have did anything new that didn't sound like what we did back in the day, you think we'd be even talking right now? You think it'd be a record with Buck Wild done? It wouldn't be none of this shit. None of this be happening. You wouldn't see me and Lynn trying to book tours in Europe right now. None of that shit. So, because I know my lane and I know my pocket, I know sometimes you can push the envelope, but that comes later when you're a little bit more established and you're a little bit got some shit under your belt. But even when that happened, that made me feel like that's why records with K-Def came, and me and Chillo, my man in Belgium, me and Jake Palumbo. The thing to do is to not be afraid to push your sound to a point where you either never been or you continue to do to where it's giving you a chance. So and I'm gonna say this today, my man John Robinson, I see you, JR. I'm gonna tell you, me and JR got an album we gonna do. We already got the beats. Even when I listen to that folder, I'm like, that folder, bro, when y'all hear me and this dude, I don't even know what we're gonna say on these songs, on these beats. But I know it's gonna be like how I keep seeing people putting these flames going up on my phone. And that's from a producer that nobody knows. My man Sensei, we know this dude from Jersey, but his beats is crazy. But it's just about me and Jason down together and just doing the songs. But you know, like me talking to my man Kelsey, man, I'm 52. These dudes half my age. My man Yamin, Theory, all these dudes half my age. But I love their music because it sounds like I should be fucking with it. It sounds like something that I need to work with and something that I know people would be excited for. So a lot of these new people, you know, I've done songs with producers overseas, Jazz Spastics. I mean, like, it's just never ending vibe and energy where it's just, you shouldn't be afraid to do it, but have fun doing it. You know, a lot of people I know don't have fun doing this music because, you know, there's no care put into or fun put into doing the music. So you just got a lot of people making music and don't even like what they're doing compared to like liking what you're doing and being excited for it to come out, do a video for it, go on stage, sing it. You know, that part of the game is totally fucked up right now. And that part got to be fixed. Because if you're not happy with what you're doing, how you putting that shit up? How you even listening to it yourself? How your mans and them sitting in the studio listening to you do it? Like, yo, B, this not it. This not it. So we're still doing the it. You know, that's why we still go. That's why me and you ain't talking.
I mean, yeah, we need that. That's what we be trying to tell the people, man. That yes man shit, it only goes so far. And you know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, if you're not happy with your own shit, you can kind of hear it too, though. You know what I mean? The way cats be spinning this shit, you can kind of hear it in the way they rapping and shit, or the way they put out a record and shit. But that's good advice, though. I think everybody should take that into consideration. You know what I mean? Because like you said, y'all was a major group, but then you put confidence back in yourself.
Right, because you gotta understand being on a major and then going the independent route, you know, at a time back when we was doing that. I won't say it was something to be looked on to say like, you doing your thing, because now that's like, oh, you going a step down. Shit, we have freedom with that going. With that going a step down, that's like getting traded to another team and you do good on that shit. And the dude looking at you fly down the court like, these niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I always told Tay. I said, bro, like, we ain't lose nothing getting off Atlantic. We was already doing, it's the same thing like how it is. We was already doing what we was doing without the big machine. And they even let us know, people that was working there, y'all only doing this shit because y'all on tour. These records only selling because y'all on tour. They said that's all we did. All the way till even now with this new record. All we did was go on tour. And doing that for all these years just kept the hope alive, even when we got back together. So when we got back together, people really, oh shit, so it's probably potentially they're gonna do a new record, which did happen. But all the other records, Easter, Every Day in the Street, all these records that was coming out, and half the shows me and Tane was doing, we wasn't even doing them songs on stage. They was out, but we wasn't performing them on stage. But people was like coming up to us on that tour, and with the demo album, that's them Lost Files record, coming to us with the reissue of That's Them, Smoke on Records put out. So we was putting out records, but even the records with F5 records, reissues. Fuck Atlantic.
I mean,
hey yo, listen. One thing that can happen is one thing. or you gonna get the cease and desist. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for these people, to try to tell us not to do some of this stuff. Only thing they can say is, you'll just stop. Just, that's, you can't. Yeah, we know we can't, but certain things we can do until we get that letter and be like, yo, can y'all cease and desist? But until then, fucking everything goes, B. And that's what's been happening over these years. Everything goes, even to a point where when me and Tame was even doing this new record, shout out to my man Vinny Kumar. That's our lawyer. And Tame couldn't understand, like, yo, what are you talking about? We got a publishing deal. What are you talking about? I'm like, yo, just let's do this. This is the part that I always told him, where it's like, yo, let's figure something else out other than going on tour. Let's figure something else out other than trying to do features and do a lot of shit that we think gonna work. When there's all this other stuff here that I know about, where people not going on stage getting paid a lot of bread. Publishing, I'm talking about records being played in places you don't know where they're being played at. You know what I'm saying? But then when you got this machine, these different machines, and my man Vinny was like, look, let's do this. Because you already got this with me. We're going to put this record out. Shout out my man Tony Galvin. Rest in peace again. Producer I was working with last few years. I was going back and forth to Atlanta, going back and forth to Miami. Shout out my man Dynaz. He's on some of the songs with me, with my man Tony, because that was his producer. And, I got with Tony. Tony told Dynaz, like, yo, L wants you on these songs. I was like, word? I know him. He worked with him. I know he worked with Scam. Tony worked with a lot of different people. And then when I got to him, it was like, yo, these people you work with, let's put them on the record. Let's put Scam on the song. Dynaz on 2 songs and 2 hot ones. Got Cyrock, female MC. Everybody, and I don't like saying that, so I just call her MC from Atlanta. That is fucking ridiculous. She's on the record. So it's these things from me and Tames. Like I said myself, there's a lot of shit that's about to come out this year. That's why I'm trying to stay focused on this Artifacts record, because I don't want people to forget that. That's the immediate thing that's happening right now. And as long as this is going on, I'm not going to stop. That's why this tour in the spring, going into the early summer, within June, this is what me and Lynn doing. And, doing this tour is going to be a whole bunch of merch y'all going to be able to buy. I'm talking to my man DJ Tricky right now. We're going to do skateboards. So, yeah, I'm going to be in Germany. I'm going to be in Denmark. I'm going to be in London. I'm going to be in Holland. So it's like, still booking shows, for this tour. But like even the way we doing this, I never wait for people to do anything. We got to start, understanding that we are in control of our own destiny, Nothing happens if you're sitting on your hands and sitting on your ass. Don't be just on the phone, scrolling on your phone. A lot of people miss opportunities doing that. I'm on my phone to put shit up that I put up. I get off, I come back, check that shit. And hopefully somebody talking about doing a song, doing a show, doing any fucking thing productive. And that's why I'm on here. It's for nothing else but except that. So, this record, like I said, is gonna get heavily pushed all the way till this tour is over. So even though I'm gonna be doing my own stuff, this Artifacts record is the priority for me first. I'm gonna shoot these 2 videos, do all of this stuff before me and Lynn even go on the road. But even when we get there, it's gonna be even worse. So this is, how it's gonna be, and it's gonna be like this for a minute. Everybody just prepare. When we come to these cities in Europe, if y'all follow me, just understand it's something that's gonna happen. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all can come up to me and talk to me. It's easy. You can ask me anything you want to ask me. The door wide open. Just make sure when you come to the table, don't have your drink in your hand, because I ain't got plastic on my shirts. For a lot of them people be sitting at the table looking, I want something. They pouring beer on. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing your thing though, bro. Like I said, man, because Yo, you, man, like I said, man, you fucking dope, bro. Like I love your verses too, man. They mad bouncy and just lyrical. Like it's just raw energy, bro. Like especially with this album too, man. Like I wanted to talk about that a little bit too, cause man, I loved it. I was fucking loving it, man. Like I had a couple favorites off that shit, but I wanted to ask you. I'm not sure if anyone asked you this shit, but I figured I'd throw it out there anyway. This shit. Do you have any specific track that you like some of your favorite verses off of the No Expiration that kind of hits you harder than the other ones?
Yeah, man. I would say definitely the way I feel. I definitely like better music, but Take a Trip and Royal Garden State, to me, like that record, Royal Garden State, that to me that was Tame's best verse on the album. He really took it there. I mean, it was just certain stuff he was saying in that verse where he said songs titles on sides of car doors, and we knew dudes back home that that had that going on, and he just really captured that in words. And Take a Trip is pretty much the most personal song I think me and Tame ever did, where we had emotions and talked about how we felt, even just like really like being able to make records and be in this shit. This is why we really did it. We did this shit because we was really just, like everybody else, wanted to be a hip hop hero, make records and be revered and looked at like how we look at Chuck D and them right now. 50 years hip hop. Look how we this is how we treat our heroes. And that's what we want. That's what me and Tane wanted to do.
Yeah, shit was ill, man. I'm fucking Royal Garden State, man. This shit was fucking ill.
Yeah, man. And just the drive on the beat, it was really, but we never, for every song me and Tame ever did, we never made a song just about Jersey. We talked about it, Brick City, this, that, and the third, but we never talked about the state as a whole. So for me to be screaming out all of these different, Harrison, Roselle, Perth Amboy, all these people, because the immediate MCs live in Newark. Besides like Poor Righteous Teachers in Trenton, and you have YZ in Patterson, you had a lot of people in Patterson. Tony D, rest in peace, producer there. King's Son. We really extend out in Jersey, but the immediate West Ward, Newark, East Orange is where all of the top rappers that y'all know from New Jersey come from. So that's why it's always mostly that. But I always tell people, you gotta branch out. South Jersey had dudes come from there. DJ Cheese, he's from that way. So it's like, you gotta understand, Jersey roots is deep. Jersey roots mad deep. But and that's why we made that song.
Yeah, shit ill, man. I'm not gonna front though. My favorite though off that shit is Contagious, man. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, that. See, look, that's Afro, man. Afro bodied that song. Oh my god, like
no offense to Afro though, man. He lit it, but I gotta say, your fucking verse on that shit.
Oh man, thank you. Me and Tane was splitting the verses too. Yeah.
But it's just like I said though, it's your flow, man. I don't know. Sometimes it catches me a certain way, and the team came in with the rawness too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like right after the way y'all was going back and forth, y'all was talking to each other. I love the shit, but
right.
It was just, you know what I mean? It's the way y'all interacted with each other, man. That shit was ill. Afro did his fucking thing though. But
look, we gave Afro his just go. You go ahead. You got your whole verse to yourself. Me and Tane gonna split these over here. You do that. We gonna go over here and do this.
Word. That shit, yeah. That beat though. Yeah, man. That beat is fucking
Buck laced us with a bunch of joints, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we got the chance to do that with him, because even when you look at that, that's from me and Tane's beginning. Without Buck, there would be no Come On With the Get Down. There would be no Busta Rhymes remix. There would be none of that. We wouldn't. That remix got us Rap Page's Remix of the Year. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, it's crazy.
I do gotta ask you this question because you're a kung fu head, anime head. So with that specific track, did he possibly use it off a kung fu movie? Because it sounded so familiar.
The Contagious?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say no, but I would say that I can understand where you're coming from, because the beginning with that music, and so I would have to ask him, but it's like almost a setup to a fight when you listen to the music. I would start, but for me, the beginning of that song, just the snap, crackle, and pop of the vinyl and that shit, it was so loud. I was like, wow. I was like, but it was just like it came on like a scary movie. It was like so dark. It was so dark because that piano was just dong. So a lot of times, when you listen to artifact music, and because of the producers we use, Buck got a lot of dark joints too. When you listen to a lot of stuff he's done over the years, so that record to me, I would say Contagious on that album is the most artifact sounding record on that album. Yeah. Like for me personally, it was the most, how can I say, the most Buck Wildish track on the record. I'll say that might work.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to it, and I was like, yo, it sounded like a Five Deadly Venoms joint. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I was like, yo,
I give you that.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I'm wondering, I'm dead ass wondering. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was like, yo, Buck, man, you should use this sample or some shit from this movie or some shit.
And look, just to give you some info, Buck came to my crib. Me and Tane was there. Chaos, we all was in the basement. The beats that you hear is what we had. There was no, choice, selection. Okay, Buck was like, yo, this is what I got. Boom. And we was like, okay, let's go. So he gave us what he gave us, and we went from there.
I made it work though.
Yeah.
Y'all chemistry.
That's the whole thing about it. You got to make it work.
Word. Yeah. Y'all know that shit, man. That should be in my fucking face, bro. I'm like, damn, yo, I want to see you perform that so bad, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is so ill. Like, I know it'd be tough though.
Like I said, we could probably get creative with that too. It's just all in, Lynn with the speed of the fader. Really, it's pretty much see how that's gonna work. Shout out my man Mint Plus. Me and Mint Plus, he's up here right now. We got an album coming out very soon. We about to take pictures. Yeah, I'm putting it all out there. We about to take pictures right now. Like, we both been working crazy, and mostly, shout out to my man Chillo. He really mixed the hell out of this record that me and Mint Plus about to put out. My friend Kate about to she about to take the pictures for us, and that record will be finished. It's mixed, it's mastered. All we got to do is take pictures, and when y'all look on the screen, look at my man Mint Plus. His Mint Plus _ after the S. Check him out. He has beats galore. He's a ill ass DJ. He got a show on Twitch. He plays dope ass records, and he mixes a lot of different stuff. So y'all check him out as well. So and I'm gonna let y'all know, me and him put this record together in 2012. And when you hear this record, it's not even gonna sound like it's from 2012. So I ain't, I'm gonna let y'all pick that up when it come out.
Peace to him, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't wait to hear that shit. Yeah, man. I mean, cause like I said, I know you've already talked about the album a bunch of times, so I figured I'd bring it up real quick. And I want to get my 2 cents on it and shit. Cause I'll be listening to, like I said, that Contagious shit, man, be on fucking replay, bro. Like, I can't get the shit out of my head.
Me too. Chaos even he loved that one because he was still here when we did that one.
That's crazy. That's what's up. But that's how dope the record was. You know what I'm saying? The fact that all y'all could agree that it was it is what it was. And not to say it like this, but even without Afro, man, I would have liked to hear, more of you and Tame. Even without him in it, I think it still would have been just a masterpiece. You know what I mean? So
no doubt. And look, and that's the whole thing about having records done. Once you get it, you always want more. I feel the same way. I wanted the song to be longer, and all I thought about was like, you know what? We wanted Afro on there because he was the new blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that was the dope part about the song with that, and even having him do his own verse was because me and Tame been making records for years. Afro, you know, getting these opportunities. He's mentored by RA. We fuck with RA. You know, I felt like if he did, which I knew he would, him being on this record would make RA proud. You know what I'm saying? Because RA come from where we come from. You know, so like to have our Afro on this record, you know, just the same as my man Razcast, you know, started with me and Tame. You know, we had a choice to either stay in the East Coast and do a promo tour or go out west. And we went out west. And we did a whole retail run with Raz. We did a radio with him. He was with the group Western Hemisphere. And that's been my brother since then. And to have him on the record was good. You know, so all these things me and Tame kind of like did off the, not say fly, but the label hated that we wrote all our records in the studio. We never wrote records at home. We never prepared verses before we got to the studio. We would just get there, turn the beat on, notebook, pen, weed, drink, go. It was never a plan for anything. We never practiced for shows. I was like, yo, you know the verse, yo? Here, you know. No matter what we was doing in the show, as long as you know your verse, you could do backflip, semi, cartwheel, nigga. You better fucking be ready with that verse. And the same as me. So, you know, but it just worked. So I always felt like, you know, everything we was doing was so organic. And even with these new records, you know, it didn't unchanged. You know, he most of the verses I had done before he came to my house, that was the first time that we ever did that because I knew we was pressed against time. So when he came to the crib and some of the songs was already done, where like I'm like, you know, he would hit my verse, one song, okay, where I go right here, yeah, okay, bet. Next, he did the joint. Go to the next one, verse again. Hey yo, hold up, wait. So you did verses with like mostly all of them because I was waiting for you. Oh, word, okay, so it's on me then, right? So he had grabbed his bottle of Tito's, grabbed his bottle. And just, you know, he tried to knock them all out in one day. I was like, nah. Just, we're going to come back. We're going to fix these and do this, that, and third. So it didn't take him long to knock his verses out. And then we started doing something together. Shout out my man Joker. Big Joker was the one that recorded all the verses for him. We recorded all the verses in my crib. You know, and that was the best part about it. We was able to be in the crib. And we didn't have to travel outside the house to do any of those vocals, you know, and shout out to, like I said, Jake Palumbo. He mixed the record for us. And, you know, that worked out. I finally got to listen to the record, like, off the CD. And I was like, wow. I said, yo, shit crazy. Fax Mastering out in Germany. Shout out to them. He did a damn good job on the mastering, too. So, you know, that was most important for us to make sure whatever we did, it was going to sound good, too.
Yo, definitely came together, though. You straight up and down shit came together. I mean, like I said, we did an interview 5-6 months ago or some shit. And we were talking about the album. It finally dropped it. It was definitely well anticipated. Definitely worth the wait. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's all mostly I want to hear. You know, I would love to hear from everybody, especially with the weight from the label and everything like that. Those that still didn't get their vinyl, I'm sorry, it's gonna come. This dude, it was a lot going on with that record, man. I'm just glad that they out there.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You're doing your best. Everybody that knows you, man, in real life, this shit knows you're a good dude. You're gonna do what you can to give everybody what they need. And at the same time, you just hold it down in general, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
But also, it's funny too, because we was also talking about the Jake Palumbo joint. You was gonna do a video for it and shit months ago, and then you dropped it. Thoughts combined.
Yeah, that's combined, right?
So I had to run that backpedal real quick and shit because we did mention that.
That was a year to get done. I'm glad it came out though. Shout out to Jake, and it was a good shoot too. You know, it's just that we had to get that edited and stuff like that, but it came out very good. And me and Jake about to start working on this next one. So anybody that's wondering, yes, we will be solving more cases.
Yeah, that joint, that album's fire. Y'all need to check that out, Spotify and all that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jake, man, the homie, man. Y'all, man, that shit is so hot, bro. I can't wait for the next one.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm gonna let y'all know before we go. Right now, y'all can check out a joint. Me and my man Wordsworth. We got a song out right now. Video just dropped called "The Ground Up," produced by Tech the Intern. Beat Ministry, they're out in Orlando, and the video is out right now called From the Ground Up. Wordsworth and myself, Wordsworth bodies his verse. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this guy been doing that shit all his career anyway, but that's my man, that's my brother. I just like the fact that we're able to still make music together and make music, period. You know, just with all the things that's going on. You know, I'm just glad we was able to make a record today that sounds like that, off of production, off of the young cats that's making beats today.
No doubt. Make sure everybody check that out, man. Yo, I had a couple questions I was gonna ask you if you cool with that shit.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? You know I gotta keep you on the toes, just like I did last time and shit. Ain't nothing changed. So you know what I mean? I'm gonna ask you these little trivia joints real quick. So, all right. Who would you prefer to listen to more, Big L or Biggie?
Big L.
Big L. I like that. Now, can you elaborate a little more? What kind of draws you more to Big L?
L's first album and listening to him on Stretch and Bob pretty much showed me enough that I knew he was the next coming. Almost like, you know, on some Chosen One shit. And we met him, we did a show with him in Harlem. You know, he was a real quiet dude, he was by himself. We did a show in like this big church type of thing, but it was like a hall. And we was outside, I was smoking, I talked to him. Even then, when it was as cool as ice, bro, straight up. I'm like, yo, look, man, dude, like, your album is crazy. He would just say, yo, humble dude, like, yo, thank you. I was like, nah, man, no thank you, bro. The shit is fucking flames, da-da-da. He started laughing. I'm like, dude, I mean, but like, could people like that only come around once in the blue? It was no different than Dilla as a producer, Bruce Lee as a martial artist making movies. These people only come once in the blue. So you understand greatness when you see it in front of you. So, you know, and I got to meet both of them dudes, you know, but for me with L, it was a little bit more mystique, a little bit more mystery. You know, he was, when you listen to him, he made himself sound like this big guy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at him, he was a small guy, you know, but when you talk to him, his voice and his words and the way he talked to me, even then made me feel like he was this bigger person. So, you know, I got that out of his music, and it made me pay attention to him. Like, even for him to say that Big Daddy Kane was his favorite rapper, and then him to get to do a song with him, and for that shit to be fire too. I'm like, man, like, you know, people like that are not normal. So you take in, you know, I wanted to take in everything at the moment that I met him, because of course we didn't know that we would lose him either. But to have met him and to know that this was a guy that, you know, looked up to finesse. This dude had people around him like AG and OC and Fat Joe. Where he got to be with them, you know, like that before he passed, that shit was crazy, man. So like, yeah, I would say L.
That's crazy. That's definitely crazy. I like that. Yo, I ain't know that either. You got to do a show with him, man. That's
right, yeah, right.
That's fucking amazing, bro. So next question is a little bit harder. Which would you prefer, Marvel or DC?
That's easy.
All right, cool.
I'm a Marvel dude. I'm a Marvel cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've over the years, even as a youth, have dabbled in some DC books. You know what I'm saying, that aren't the traditional DC books. So like, I used to collect these books. This dude called Orion. You know, I loved Firestorm. So I used to collect a lot of Firestorm books back in the day. Even when he first came out, and I don't know if people know that Firestone was created by a black artist, so that was another reason why I liked him. You also have I was a big Legion of Superheroes dude. Like Legion of Superheroes was, they was like them Teen Titans, anything like that. I mean, I not so much after that, but a lot of Justice League, a lot of Adam Strange. So that's why I will say this: DC animated movies are way better than Marvel's animated movies. So much so that DC made their movies based from the animation one. So when you see this Flash movie come out, the Flashpoint Paradox, even though it ain't gonna be like that, they taking it from that movie.
It does look crazy. I will say that much. You know what I'm saying? Even though the whole controversy and all the other shit, but it does.
Man,
I mean, it brought back the original.
Good. They put all that money into that dude, that little boy. He better make some money back.
I mean, you brought back the OG. How could you not love it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I did. At first, he was all saying, he ain't gonna be in it. Don't put me in. Don't even. What he said? Don't mention me with that role. He was like, I'm doing all this vulture shit over here, and he really back in the suit.
Yeah, that shit. I can't wait to see that shit.
I want to see it though. I want to see it.
Next question I wanted to ask you was which you prefer watching, anime or kung fu?
Now that was harder than the last one. Okay. I would say maybe it's not a lot of kung fu movies coming out like it used to. So I would say anime-wise, there's a lot more stuff out now than it used to be because of Netflix. They have a lot of newer stuff coming out. But I still like not so much the CGI stuff. I still like the art of the, pen. So kung fu wise, I just watched that movie with Michelle Yeoh. The Everything Everywhere, that was a crazy movie. But I love the fight scenes they put in there like that. I'm just waiting for John Wick. I'm waiting for John Wick because I don't know if a lot of people know if they are into the John Wick movies. If you watched all three of them, and now you about to get, even my man Scott Adkins gonna be in there. Oh my God! I'm like, I hope he's not gonna kill him. Cause Scott Adkins, you can't beat. Nobody could beat him. That's why when I saw him in Ip Man 4, I was like, oh wow, they really got the fucking guy. And I see him in that movie with Jamie Foxx, just that vampire movie, he had him in there. I said, man, that dude do that shit in his sleep, but he's so nice. And now to see him fight John Wick, possibly. Come on, man, you get to see Ip Man. We want to get to see Ip Man. Even in the last John Wick movie, look, we couldn't say that he was gonna beat them dudes up from the Raid movies. You seen them Raid movies, man? Come on, them dudes were but they were kicking John Wick ass. He's so much weak. Stop. He's like, y'all got to stop beating my ass and throwing me up against this glass and shit like that. So like that type of shit, yeah. I'm waiting for that. But it's a lot more anime more now today than it is kung fu movies. So I'll take anime.
So let me branch off that same question. Which could you go a year without, anime or kung fu?
I could go a year without kung fu. I can't not look at anime. I'm gonna look at that. That's in my blood, man. I can't not look at that.
I feel you. Let me ask you this: who do you think is funnier, Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock?
Dave Chappelle. Or Dave Chappelle, like Doom said, a little bit more cleverer.
Word. I have to say Dave Chappelle, man. I mean, outside of all the controversy and shit, man. Everything he put out is solid. Like you can't not like Dave
Anything
Chappelle, man.
that's
Like
gonna make you think about it, even if you know it's kind of raw as hell, you still think about it. That's what's for you.
shit.
Even if you secretly know, like, oh, that shit was kind of wrong, but you understand it because he make it so witty. So it's undeniably funny, you know.
Facts. So I got one more for you with shit. Which could you go a year without? Streaming, TV, or social media?
Social media, because it wouldn't be none of this. Wouldn't be none of y'all. I'll be bored as hell. I'll probably be making a lot more music. Without the social media, it'd be probably less distraction. But once I do the music, I'm gonna need the social media to get the word out. So
Yeah, catch 22.
That's way more important than streaming. Fuck that streaming shit. Cause streaming ain't making me no money. Like I'm like I tell people all the time. Like I don't have my own. Like I don't check no Spotify account. I don't check the account. I'm like fuck that. Yo, I was like yo, I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything.
Word.
So it's not just one thing. It's a little bit of everything.
Word. Yeah, I don't know why people be
saying that. I might be missing out on a lot of things, but I know that people complaining about the streaming, you know, it's still, you know, for anybody that been out there laughing because they say people don't use no CD player. Yes, we do. Yes, people cars do still have CD players and shit. You got less CD drive laptops, yeah, less of that, but you still have some of those still available. So you know, you like my man Deadpool say, I tell everybody this more recently, maximize your effort, yo. Maximum effort with everything. Don't not do something because you heard somebody else say it, don't do it. Do that shit. Do everything. Because you're not gonna know what's gonna work unless you do everything. So, you know, y'all got records and videos y'all want to promote, hit up my man App Rock Blog Love. App Rock Blog Love. I'm sorry, App Rock _ Blog Love. I'm gonna get that right because I be fucking it up. But y'all can hit him up. All y'all MCs, and y'all got projects y'all trying to put out. Y'all need some quick work, and you know you got a couple of $100 or so. You want to promote your work? Hit up App Rock. He's in the Snow Goons team, and a lot of my friends that's putting out records. I send them his way because he has good prices, and will maximize your effort for the price that you have. As long as you keep working with him, your records will be put out there. DJs will be playing your records. I use him as well. All my friends, I tell them to use him. You know, there's a lot of other people that's doing stuff out there, but like, if you want to bang for your buck, it's really about like really exploring other options out there. But use all the options, man. Use all of them. There's not one thing that's the thing to do. You got to do all of them.
Yeah, put in 100%. I think that's kind of what's lacking. Everybody's putting in like 20% or half of the, you know what I mean, half of the effort. And expecting all
you ain't getting
100%
result. You ain't getting 100% result unless you're doing 100% put in. You know, you got to put in to get something back.
Yo, facts. But yeah, AP Rock, he be holding it down, man. He be definitely. I agree with that statement. Everybody should hit him up for promo, man.
Doing
the damn thing, man. But yeah, also just to show everybody, man, make sure to get the Artifact shirt. Yeah, the shit is lit, man. Shit's lit. Yo, I'm kind of what you want to call it though, like. I'm very picky because I don't want to wear it out sometimes. Cause I'm like, yo, I don't want nothing to get stained on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Because then I'm like, I don't want to wash the shit, man. This shit is too crisp.
Right. Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't take it outside too much if you ain't gonna wear it. Because once you do wear it, you're gonna get some food on it. It's a wrap.
It's like a pair of Jordans, bro. Like I'm trying to put a plastic bag over this shirt and wear this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure this shit don't get wet and shit.
See some dudes do it for that.
Word, but yeah, just to clarify for people, man, to make sure to check that out. Plus, make sure to go into his inbox, flood his inbox, man. Get the vinyls, you know what I mean, shirts, all the gear. Yep. I mean, he rocking the gear right now. That shit fly as fuck, man.
Yeah, this the embroidered joint, embroidered hoodie. I'm about to do a whole bunch of other stuff because, like I said, the season about to change. So, you know, everybody that out there that missed these. I might do another run depending on if it really gets cold again like it was a few weeks ago. But until then, I still got some of these left. Um, I got a lot of other merch coming, just like the ones you just put up. I'm gonna have more of those in about 2 weeks. I have some black ones. I have some gray ones. I'm gonna get the spray can shirts back up, and from there, I'm about to just re-up everything and get the bags going.
I was gonna say too, man. What about some like artifact shoes or something, man?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I mean, look, if there's somebody out there, if Nike or anybody out there want to do some design work, you slap that Artifacts logo on the back of a shoe all day, but it's gonna be an official shoe. I don't want to, try to take on doing something with a shoe. You see what's going on with the shoes situation right now with everybody, so I'll just, slap that logo on something. I'm good with that.
No doubt, no doubt. I figure I'll throw that shit out, man. That should be ill though. Ill ass artifact shoes.
No, you never know.
Oh, word, man. But yo, I don't want to hold you up too much longer, bro. I just want to check in with you, man.
No doubt.
I mean, I know we talking the messenger and shit, but yo, like I said, man, like I wish the best for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Same here. And look, like I said, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell everybody else, I appreciate you rocking with me and rocking with Tame and Chaos all these years. All of what's about to happen now, and for all of that energy, I'm gonna give it to you right back. And for anybody that's listening or watching, be prepared for a lot of things that's gonna happen. I don't want y'all to be surprised, but y'all gonna be surprised at a lot of the stuff y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna be happy about a lot of the stuff y'all gonna see, and just keep the memory of Tame alive, Chaos alive. This group meant a lot to all of us. It still means a lot to all of us. So let's keep that going, and that's the most I'm gonna say about that, because it's been good. It's been going good so far. Just let's keep this going this way. But I want y'all to see and be really, really happy about what y'all gonna see soon.
No doubt. Well, I'm sure everybody appreciates everything you do for hip hop, everything you do for everybody around you. You know what I mean? You a community head too, though. Like you said, anybody can just come up to you. You know what I'm saying? It really show that love for the artifacts and for what you do for your music. So I mean,
yeah, man, and I appreciate anybody that gave me any condolences toward Tame. It's been overwhelming in a sense. I mean, everywhere I go, sometimes I forget when I work. I just be throwing this shit on the regular, and then when I see people and they be looking at me, I'm still not used to none of that shit. So when people staring at me, and then they come up to me, like, yo, my condolences, or even if they even recognize me, it just means a lot. And I appreciate that, because it could be the whole other way of them not knowing. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, nah, you're right though. But you keeping the legacy going, man. You got them right there with you. Like I said, like everybody been saying, man. Even on the stage work, it's all there. It's all there. That shit ain't never gonna.
I appreciate y'all for that, man.
Or that shit ain't going nowhere, man. Artifacts is the motherfucking legend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. It ain't over. It ain't over.
Look, trust me, it definitely ain't over. Yeah, it's so much other music. It might not be another Artifacts album that's gonna come, but it's mad songs that y'all gonna hear. Salute to my man Kick Beats. My man Kick Beats is about to lay something on all y'all. A lot of music we've done with him over the years. We putting together something so gonna be so dope. Y'all gonna be happy, man. Trust me, these things is going down. Regardless, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but trust me, these things is gonna Tame's legacy is very much gonna be taken care of. It's intact. If you leave it up to me, y'all gonna hear so much more from this cat. And it's almost like I said, it's almost like he's gonna be here. We just not gonna physically see him in the videos, but he's still here.
No doubt. Yeah, definitely. Next time you drop some newer stuff, man, definitely want to bring you back on and shit. Cause I know you're gonna be busy.
This gonna be an ongoing thing. This is the same thing with me and my man tomorrow. We carrying from the culture. We're gonna do the same thing.
All right, no doubt, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go though, man. Yo, it was great chopping it up with you again, brother.
Same here, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon, Supreme.
All right, brother. Yo,
all right, man. Peace.
Yeah, that was the homie old Sensei, man. Yeah, we had a lot. We chopped up a lot, man. Make sure to hit him up for all the gear, man. Once again, just to show y'all what he popping out. You know what I'm saying? artifact shit. You know what I'm saying? Hit them up in the messenger for the fly gear, vinyls, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Check out the No Expiration Date album. You can still buy the vinyls, I believe. It's on Spotify, so on all the platforms. So definitely check out that. And yeah, just follow the homie, man. You're a good dude, real authentic legend in this shit. And R.I.P. Tame. You know what I mean? Shout out to the sponsors, of course, the Snow Goose, Creative Juices Music, Eastside International, Blazing on Radio, you know what I'm saying? Vinyl Frontier, Smiley the Ghetto Child, the usual suspects and shit. But yeah, hope you have a great weekend, man.